we are learning that the damage from those strikes overnight has been extremely limited. And we are now waiting word or actions from the Israelis about their response. President Biden spoke last night to Prime Minister Netanyahu, and we'll hear more about that in a moment. Here in the U.S., there is increasing political pressure on President Biden on a number of fronts when it comes to doing something to end Israel's 6-month-long war on Hamas in Gaza. Our new CBS News poll, taken before the Iran strikes, show that only a third of Americans approve of President Biden's handling of the conflict. That's down 5 points since February. In fact, within his own party, more Democrats now sympathize, quote, a lot with the Palestinian people. That's a larger number than sympathize a lot with the Israelis. Our Debora Patta reports from Tel Aviv on the attack and the aftermath.
From the north to the south, Israel's powerful air defense systems intercepted more than 300 Iranian drones and missiles with the help of the United States, Jordan, and the UK. It is the scenario everyone has feared since the October 7 Hamas attack, a state-to-state confrontation that could spiral into a regional war. Hardline Iranian supporters celebrated the strikes as the regime boasted that their Operation True Promise had exceeded their expectations, despite Israel saying it intercepted 99% of the incoming projectiles.
A number of Iranian missiles fell inside Israeli territory, causing minor damage to a military base with no casualties.
Israel is still weighing up its response, but a former senior Israeli diplomat to the U.S., Alon Pinkas, told us President Biden warned Prime Minister Netanyahu last night not to retaliate.
My understanding was that Biden told Mr. Netanyahu, if you act against Iran based on this, we will not stand by you.
Pinkas said Netanyahu benefits from a war with Iran, given growing anger here over his government's failure to protect Israelis from the October 7 attack.
Mr. Netanyahu wanted an escalation with Iran as early as November. For him, it was a way to change the narrative, to distance himself from October 7th by wrapping it in a bigger story, in a bigger narrative.
Just hours before the attack, tens of thousands of Israeli demonstrators took to the streets of Tel Aviv, protesting against Netanyahu's mishandling of the war in Gaza and rising tensions with Iran. Pinkas also told us Iran had deliberately telegraphed details of the strike and knew most of the missiles and drones could be shot down, allowing Iran a shock and/or spectacle with minimal damage that Israel can choose to walk away from.
That's our Debora Patta in Israel.